Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
Ei saada hodareita. Nakkikioski on kiinni. Rabbit food. Dokea, special plate ja sitten pupuruokaa. Joo, kyllä.
Just follow me. It's not far.
Pupuruokaakin saa nakkioskilta. Mikä on tietysti ihan. Tää on varmaan sotaveteraani.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Mitäs roskissa oli? Aha, jokkalaatikko.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Epäilevä katse.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry? She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What?
Oh, no. Ei mennyt hyvin.
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Jees, pistetään vähän pelin ääniä. Siinä oli tosi hiljaisella. Tuossa noin niin kuin edellisellä kerralla mä jouduin itse asiassa YouTube-versioon niitä amplivoimaan vähän. Tosiaan niin. Jos tosta nyt näkyy. Noniin. Toivottavasti se ei ole nyt liian hiljaisella sitten, riippuen niinku puheeseen. Nore. Terve vaan Käpille. Miten
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Se ei kuulosta terveeltä. Joo, poliisille kävi vähän huonosti.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Jaha.
I've lost contact with person men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
No, poliisista ei varmaan nyt vaaraa enää. Dark Presence sen sijaan. toi helikopteri. Niin tää kohta muistuttaa hyvin paljon nyt sitä Rambo-taistelijaa. Elokuvan kohtausta, missä ne on. Rambo on helikopterista. Mutta tästä Alan Wake ei ole Rambo.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Lut vastaa helikopteri. Appuloa mun meni moottoriin. Jaha. Grafiikkoja on parannettu jonkin verran. Alan Waken naamasta mä en edelleenkään tykkää, mutta noin muut on ihan ok. Vähän lisää riipputtuja.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over.
No.
Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please.
Vähän huonosti mennyt. Tässä väistettiin.
Compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
Night Owl.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Nyt poliisitkin tietää, että se on tuolla.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Jaha.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him.
Judas Priest!
What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Ouch.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation. The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Objektit hyökkää kimppuun. Täällä on jotain kivaa todennäköisesti. Jos tää oli se eka pelikerta, niin nää kaikki kätköt-paikat, niin ne todennäköisesti vaan enitä löytys. Granaatiheitä. Tereitä. Tää on niitä pelejä, jos aloitusaseella. Ei mä tuulotin vääränä sen. Niin aloitusaseella tosiaan paukuteltua ihan loppuun asti. Kukas täällä näin riapuu? Siinä se oli.
I could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow the light. Seuraava vähitys.
That was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books.
Yes.
No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Derlett's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Derleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Derleth.
Well, I guess that's the least I... What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you...
Oh, Mr. Derleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling, be calm. Shh.
Alvin Derleth learned a harsh lesson. If you go looking for mythology, it may come looking for you. And such quests always bear fruit. Night Springs.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below. I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Joo, tää oli vähän pidempi.
The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Tässä on tämmönen isompi kenttä, missä pystyy ajelemaan. Tää on niinku sitä vanhaa niinku...
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the dark presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity.
Ei oo hirveen mukavaa tää ollaan jo. Ei oo ihan loppuun asti hiottu.
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Right Falls kuolemain.
I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now. With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
Okei, 32 kaivosmiestä kuoli 1970, kun Cauldron Lake purkautui.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
Wake! Where the hell are you? Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around
by you.
by
You want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him! I had to get to Mirror Peak. It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Ja pakoon.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse. The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Montakohan väijytystä tästä tulee? Mietinkin, että tulee
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Yeah. Auto. Kun jääkaapit hyökkää kiinni. Ja reaktori.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake, Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Birds.
Luolaseikkailua seuraavaksi. Jaha. Let's go to Calgary. Kiva. Kuiskauksia tästä vielä puuttuu.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Okei, päättelimme, että tuo oli väärä reitti. Eli tää on oikea suunta. Potkimaan näitä asioita. Big lookout. Aika hyvin ollaan kyllä esillä tässä näin.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Kiva. Komeet maisemat. Mirror Peak on toinen kukkula ilmeisesti. Veikillä on vähän huonoja tuuria näistä.
Se on muuten sillä lailla, että pojat me hävitään tää peli.
Kyllä. Big news. Oli ihan oikein. Hyvä, sä oot ensimmäinen, joka on löytänyt ton nää niin kuin sound alertsit ja näköjään hyvä, että ne toimiikin. Varmasti. Samalla kahvia. Kaikki varmaan arvas tänne. Oli siinä kaikki. Vahva potku. Mikähän tää on? Muistaakseni täälläkin oli joku tarina, mutta en nyt muista ihan heti, että mikä tää. Tietysti me mennään kellariin, koska miksi ei. I miss you, Tom. Cynthia Weaver ja Thomas Jane. Eli Cynthia Weaver oli Talk to me on TV ja Tom. Okei. versio Thomas Jane. Vähän muuttunut nää tarinaa. Okei, eli tää liittyy jotenkin sen Thomas Janein tapaukseen. Oliko ammuksia? Jotain asioita tässä implikoidaan, mutta ei kerrota ihan suoraan. Tervetuloa takaisin väijytykseen. Vähän enemmän alkuperäisessä pelissä.
Please, oh, I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Jaha. Tää on hermoromahduksen partaalla täällä. Ouch. Ja tämä episodi oli tässä. Nämä on kuitenkin kaikki biisit copyrightattuja. Niin antaa nyt soida tosiaan. Mutta joo, tällainen oli tää 3. episodi. Tää oli vähän pidempi kuin... Taisi olla pisimpiä episodeja itse asiassa. Että niin. Mut hei, kiitos katselusta. Kiitos, että Sound Alet sitten testattiin ja ne toimii. Hyvä homma. Niitä voi käyttää myöhemmin. Mä ehkä säädän hintaa vähän, mutta...
Vittuilupuhelin!
No tässä on Antti Turpeinen päivää.
No joo, miehelle nimi räppästi.
Joo, kiitos Roni. Te on ihan loistava toi vittuilupuhelin. Hyvä, mutta hei, lähetys päättyy tähän näin. Niin täytyy välillä vähän nukkuakin, mutta niin kuitenkin hyvää yötä kaikille ja jatketaan sitten seuraavana torstaina Dragon Agea